All right. Credit those guys over there, man. They had a good plan, came in, they executed, made the plays they needed to, and that's credit to that team. As far as us, we did everything we needed to do to lose that game. We made every critical error you needed to at the right time to lose it. Perfect storm. When you don't play well in all three phases, that falls on the head coach. That's me. So I did not have them ready coming out of a bye. We weren't. We made too many critical errors, man. Some of our discipline, the penalties, caught up to us. We just, man, there were some things we were out of sync. We'd never looked comfortable, and we just didn't make enough plays. We had multiple opportunities to set ourselves up to have a chance to win that game, and we made none of them, really. So that's, I got to clean some stuff up. So, and we will. I will. We did have some guys that played pretty well, but it was just too much. The penalties, the turnovers at inopportune time really bit us there. Defense gets put in some tough spots. But there again, we expect our defense to get stops, when it's sudden change. So we just did not handle the day well. So we got to clean it up and move on. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Dan. You knew the pressure was going to be an issue. They led the league.
Self-induced.
Yeah, self-induced.
Oh, yeah.
5 sacks, 10, quarterback hits, 10 tackles.
Yeah.
Just how disappointing was that aspect of it, that they won the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, very, very disappointing. We knew what we were going to get going into this. We knew there'd be some wrinkles, but, there was nothing that we haven't seen before. We did not we didn't handle it. We did not handle it well. And I know we got beat on a couple of them, just physically beat on a couple that we expect not to. We expect more out of our guys. But some of it, we act like it was something exotic. It wasn't. We just didn't handle it well. We weren't on the same page. We were not on the same page.
Downs were an issue again. We talked about that during the week. What level, if any, is your concern for the offense right now? Just not generating the same type of big plays that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I know this. It's something where, okay, man, you go into the bye and you look at a few things and then you make a couple of tweaks and you come out and you're like, And we didn't finish the way that I thought we would, and I'm sure everybody. So I don't know if concern's the right word, but we got to clean it up. We got to find the right balance there to help us convert. We probably got to do a couple of things a little different, and we were doing a few things different, but we may need to change up in some areas. But offense, it takes all 11. It does. And, one guy can kill you. And that's kind of what's going on right now. It's really killing us. And then it puts us in a bad way, and it kind of affects everybody around them, and then we can't get out of it. And, that's the other thing is when something bad happens, normally we can get out of some of those, man. We make a play at the right time that gets us going, man. We get the next first down. And we're just not. First of all, the fact that we had 17 third down, that's crazy. That's a high amount of third down. We need to be. Our first and second down efficiency's got to be better. I'd start there, and then yes, the third down is still an issue. But we didn't run the ball well. 3.3 average, that ain't good enough. You can't run it. It's hard to be explosive offense. Because now you're sitting duck. You'll sit back there and gun, and everybody knows you're passing, and they just pin their ears back, and they go after you and run all the games, and then get up there in mugs and all that good stuff. So, we got to clean some things up. But I'm not in panic mode.
What do you think happened just generally with special teams? It seems like they were making way more plays, and how big of a boost is it for them to keep kind of ripping off those big plays, big returns, blocking, things like that?
Well, it gives them a little momentum, right? When you're able to hit those. We got hemmed up on a couple. They doubled us on the perimeter a couple of times, and then we had some of the other guys we need, if that happens, to show up, didn't show up. They got cut out of their gap, and look, it's a volatile play. And we've said that all before. We've handled it pretty well, and it caught us today. It did. So, it's those you get. you don't want any of these to happen, but you know, it's like a slap in the face. That happens, and you don't want them to happen, but hey, here it is. And so now you're forced to stand there and stare at it, and how are we going to fix this? No different than the field goal getting blocked. You know, you stand there, you preach it, you talk it, and it freaking happens to us, you know, and you get hit square in the face. So it's about cleaning it up. It's about correcting the errors, and we move on.
And you've seen this Minnesota defense quite a bit and what Flores does. And you said they didn't do much different than they normally. No tricks, no difference.
No, I mean, they changed a few things up. I mean, he changed his MO. But what I'm saying is, this is the third year we've played them. We've seen all of this at some point. That's my point. And
because the players were ready for it, obviously.
Yeah, listen, we did not handle some of the communication well, not well enough, where we all need to be on the same page. And that's the bottom line. We're better than that. We just are.
What was the breakdown with the field goal? Was it too low or was pushed inside?
The height hurt a little bit. Yeah, it was a little low.
What was,
and Hogan got knocked back a little bit, you know, but it was kind of a low kick there.
what is your level of disappointment, surprise, whatever you want to call it, coming out of the bye, going against essentially a rookie quarterback, Luzerne Jones, you know, into that game? Just were you surprised that you didn't have them ready, or that they didn't, you know?
Yeah, I thought we would play well. I really did. I thought we would play well. And ultimately, it's probably one of the worst games we played in a long time. So it was just the opposite of that. We looked rusty. We looked out of sync. We were undisciplined. And we didn't make plays, not enough of them. So, I mean, that's, you know, that's evident that, you know, I didn't have them ready. And got to do a better job, much better job.
What can you do, or do you need to do about the offensive line with a lot of guys went down again? I don't know who's injured and out and who isn't, but even when they were in there, it was getting beat up pretty well. What can you do about the offensive line?
Well, we'll have to see. I'll know more tomorrow. Look, Mahogany's going to be out for a while, long time probably. And then we'll see where Decker's at and Sewell, how they feel. You know, Ratledge came back in, but we'll see. And then, you know, we've got some guys in the hopper. You know, Skip played today for us. We got Cologne, Yodi. You know, we got Nice on Vex squad. So we got some guys. I mean, we'll do what we have to do. We'll fill in, and those guys got to be ready to go.
Jeremy, last one. Was there any consideration for an onside kick there at the end of the game?
I thought about it, you know, but I felt pretty good about getting the stop. 3 timeouts, and I thought they'd be conservative, you know. And we got what we wanted. They made a play, man. It was credit to them. It was a hell of a throw, hell of a catch, and listen, they sealed the win. But yeah, I did think about it, you know. I did.
I just want to be clear. Mahogany, you said it could be a long time. Is that potential season-ending then?
Maybe not that long, you know. Maybe not that long, but it'll be, I mean, you're talking about late December probably.